shot Dillon, what was your intent to kind of belly up to him there? Was it just to say that was it just the basketball, the flow of the game, the talking back and forth? What was your intention?
Yeah, I got out of character a little bit, out of my body a little bit, but I do that all the time. I still thought that I thought they never called a timeout, so I'm just being aggressive, and I guess it was a timeout, and then it goes back to the rule I never heard of is that when there's bumping and stuff, like in every single game there's a pick and choose if you want a technical foul or not. You go to every single game when there's timeouts and guys are bumping each other. It's pick and choose, but it's just me.
And then the last one for me, when at the heat of a moment, a game that comes down to the wire, you get ejected, lots of emotion. What's your process from the time you leave the arena to kind of just get all that out of your system?
Oh, that was out of my system after the whistle blew. That was gone already. I was already thinking about next game against Golden State and knowing that we got Lakers in a week.
I think sometimes just hearing you say that, I can understand it. I think sometimes people hear you and they're like, how could he just flip it and just forget about it when it just happened?
I don't have social media like that, so I don't get to see all the aftermath and stuff. And like I'm programmed, I'm wired where the whole day I'm something, and then when I wake up the next morning, it's something new. Like I already forgot about what happened the next day or yesterday, and I'm on to something new.
Did it take you a while to be able to reach that part where you could just let it go like that?
Yeah, it takes a couple of years in the NBA because there's so many games. In college, you can dwell a little bit. You hear your coach talk about it for 2-3 days and you play a game, but in the NBA, there's games coming all the time, so you gotta, learn from it and get to the next game.
When you look at where your defense is, and y'all kind of added more layers to being able to counter some of the guards and the ball handlers that y'all been over the years. What are you looking for next as far as y'all taking the next steps to continue
Our rebounding's gotta get better. And I feel like our physicality can still be better. In some games, teams get, physical with us and we, give in a little bit. And our shot making helps us to, mask it, but, we got to be the more physical team every single night, regardless of what calls are made, who's on the floor, what it looks like.
I was going to ask you, say you wanted to be more physical. Jordan said the same thing. How do you toe that line while also not picking up too many fouls as a team? Because it feels like, I'm not going to use the team names, but certain teams are allowed to be more physical than others are defensive for whatever reason.
Well, OKC or Houston? No, you get the mantra. That was happening in Houston when I was there, and then you just get the mantra, and then they have to give in. I think it's what Jerry Sloan said. They can't call every single foul. So it'll take a couple years, but we'll be in that same bracket where now we're in games where it's physical, and now the refs don't know what to call, and now we're going back and saying, are the refs any good? But we're just playing basketball. We're playing a physical game. We made so many rules on this offense and touching and this, that, and da-da-da-da, and now it's so hard for the refs to even call anything or call everything. So I don't blame them old guys running around and trying to make calls because, shoot, we putting in new rules every single year, and we don't know. They don't know what to call or what to call. So that's my point. That's my take on it.
How do you feel when Coach Oscar asked about you, about how do you manage, and Coach Oscar's like, look, he's him. We're going to let him be him.
I like that.
We're not going to worry about that.
Yeah.
What's it mean to you that the coach is like behind you, riding it down no matter what?
Because he knows I'll learn from my mistakes. And I'm in this facility every day. So I'm going to get it right. And I'll find the way to channel the emotion properly where it's, we win on that standard. So, we made the same wrong plays throughout the game, and that's why the game ended like that. We fouling too many shooters. And we ended the game on like that. But you know, still early on in the season. We'll get it right, you know, towards the end when it counts.
Just to be clear, what mistake did you make in that moment? Did you just let the emotion get the best of you, or what?
Yeah. Even though he missed the free throw, so is it a mistake for real?
Or what do you learn from it, I guess?
I would stay in the game and be able to affect the game when I'm in the game. And that's my problem throughout my whole career is that I let those things happen, and then I'm off the floor. You know, so. And at the end of the day, how much people hate on me and say that I'm not a good player and all that, but when I'm on the floor, it changes the whole game.
What was LeBron so upset about earlier when he got the technical foul?
I don't know. I guess he's a social media junkie. He be all over the social, so he be seeing, I guess, what I'm saying. And when I go out there and he thinks, like I told you, he thinks that people should think a way about him, not say nothing about him, or, you know, play a certain way. I'm not going to play that way. So he gets in his moods or in his modes or whatever it is, and I'm all for that. I wish we let him shoot that shot, and that shit would have been an air ball.
As far as leadership goes, are you someone that's always kind of been in one of those positions? Because people speak of leadership as if it's like one size fits all, but it's not. Like if it's not authentic, it's not going to be received the same way. So, like for you, when did you realize that was something you had, and it kind of raises the floor?
I think my personality, you know, has traits of being a leader, but I had to be a follower first. I had to learn from my older generation of basketball players, what not to do, what to do. And then, you know, when the time comes, you know, into being a leader, you know, you're ready. You know exactly how to be a good follower, to be a good person in that space, and then you can see and lead people, you know, accordingly or correctly or whatever the case may be, because everybody's different. And you gotta like approach each player and each person different with their personalities and characteristics and emotions and all that. So as a follower, I got to learn how to be problematic or be a good follower or be like stubborn or different cases like that. And I got to see how people would approach me. And then I take that information and learn it. And then when I'm a leader and I'm able to, you know, talk to guys and get guys to play harder or to listen in the right way or to do something that I want them to do, you know, it happens, it's there. Appreciate it.